The one and only Snoop Dogg is with us on the line, and he has some strong thoughts on this very subject. Snoop, you got me?
Yes, ma'am. I got you. How y'all doing this morning?
Good. Thank you so much
Snoop.
for being with us. And, yeah, happy to have you join this conversation. Snoop, talk to me. Where are you on this news that Dak Prescott did not get a long-term deal, at least as of right now?
First of all, I'm a diehard Steelers fan. I'm not even a Cowboys fan. But for the simple fact that Dak is not being treated right, it's an uproar for me. All of the stuff that he's proved since he came in to take over for Tony Romo. He's been to the playoffs. He's got a winning spirit. He has no problems off the field. He's a great guy. Why don't y'all just pay him? I'm looking at Jared Goff and Carson Wentz get this money and Ryan Tannehill, and they garbage to me. And Dak can't get paid? I don't understand it. And I'm not even a Cowboy fan, so I could imagine how Cowboy fans feel right now.
Well, Snoop,
why do you believe he has not been paid yet? What are your thoughts as to why he hasn't been paid long-term by Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys?
I can't understand that, Stephen A., because the winning that he does and the way he keeps himself healthy and the way he conducts himself off the field warrants him to get a great contract, to become one of the highest-paid quarterbacks in the league. I believe this. I don't understand what it is. Is it because of his color? I don't know, because if Tony Romo was in this position, he would have been paid years ago, and he would have got top dollar. And he way better than Tony Romo, because Tony Romo didn't win but 1 or 2 playoff games in 11 years.
Snoop, I think, Snoop, if you look at Goff and Wentz, though, that right now the Eagles need more help. Like, Wentz is not doing what McNabb did once upon a time and being a one-man band and carrying them to the NFC Championship game. They need more help. If you look at the Rams, they paid not only Goff, but they paid Gurley. And now they're in trouble because they're hamstrung. Maybe the Cowboys are looking at it and saying, we don't think Dak is what Dak thinks he is yet. He hasn't proven that yet. Are you saying Dak is clearly better than Wentz and Goff?
Most definitely, hands down. Jared Goff needs his coach for 15 seconds before he even call a play. It's always in his ear. I'm watching Dak run the show from start to finish. Dak is a great quarterback. I watched him in college. I watched him sit behind Romo, and I watched him take over this franchise, and he gave them a spirit of, we can win it all. When Tony Romo was there, they knew they wasn't going to win it all. And that's just that. That's why he announced and getting that money, because he couldn't do nothing on the football field. If he's going to get paid as an announcer, y'all need to pay Dak as a quarterback, period.
Snoop, let me ask you this question, because looking at Dak, he's a quarterback, and one could argue, or Jerry Jones could argue, that playing for the Cowboys is a different animal. You know, the publicity, the notoriety, the endorsement deals, et cetera, et cetera. You know your football. You see guys getting franchised. This is a quarterback. What kind of impact do you think them franchise tagging him and thereby giving him money for 1 year but not making a long-term commitment? What do you think could potentially happen to the Dallas Cowboys in light of treating Dak Prescott this way?
They finna break up. Dak gonna end up leaving next year. He may sit out this season. He may pull a Le'Veon Bell. I didn't believe Le'Veon Bell would sit out for a whole season, but he did. And I believe Dak Prescott may do the same thing if they don't come up with the right amount of money to get him playing for them the way he played for them. He got them in position to go to a Super Bowl and to even be in Super Bowl talk. So break bread or fake dead. Get a man his money. Jerry, you got it.
Snoop, I understand if it's Patrick Mahomes and he wants to not just set the market but break it. I get it. I give Mahomes whatever he wants. I get Aaron Rodgers in his prime. But even Rodgers, Russell Wilson, like even the truly elite guys who we don't think are going to be elite, we know that they're elite over a period of time and they hit heights, and some of them won Super Bowls. Once you pay them as the highest paid guy, that team doesn't win a Super Bowl. That's been true since the turn of this century. Would you make Dak the highest paid guy because he's the next guy up?
Well, if I would make him the highest, he would be the second. And it ain't no in between. It'd be either you the highest or you the second, because he earned that. I mean, what gives Carson Wentz and Goff the right to get all that money? And Ryan Tannehill. Tannehill had a half of a season based off of a running back. It wasn't even about him. He had Derrick Henry back there. That's why he looked so good. Now, take this year and see what he do. And he got all of that money, and Dak been doing this for 3 years. It don't add up to me.
Yeah, I think part of the issue with Tannehill is the guarantee is between 60 and 90, depending how you look at it. Dak wants to set the market. Dak wants, from reports, Dak wants the biggest guarantee of all time.
All right, but Tannehill was on the bench with the Miami Dolphins a couple of years ago behind Fitz, whatever his name is, just looking terrible. Then he comes out this year and gets with Henry. They get to the playoffs, and the running back is having a great season, and all of a sudden they get to a defensive team, and he can't throw and do nothing. And then he gets a new contract? That don't make sense to me. I don't understand the NFL. Like, it seems like some owners still have that old mentality of, we ain't going to pay you because we ain't going to pay you. And then you got some owners that just like, you know what, we're going to take care of our players. I think that old way of thinking is really rubbing off on those old guys that own teams. We need some new ownership up here or some new people up top that know how to take care of their people.
So, Snoop, I know you alluded to what Dak Prescott might do. What do you think he should do? Because remember, he only got paid $2 million last year. It's not like he's been making money all of these years and then he's got a contract dispute now. He's never been paid. So if he sits out, he won't be paid. Again, he won't endanger himself, but he won't be paid. If you were Dak Prescott, what would you do?
If I was Dak Prescott, I'd sit out with all this stuff going on with the virus and all this stuff. You don't know what the season going to end up being. I would just sit down and have a seat and wait to get what I got coming to me, because I'm not going to put myself in harm's way to get injured behind this little bit of money y'all trying to give me. I'm asking for 10 or 11 more $1 million to make me happy. Jerry, you got it. Give me my money so I can go out there and get y'all a Super Bowl, period. I don't have no off-field problems. You pay people on a team that got off-field problems. I don't have none. Give me my money.
Snoop, why do you think they paid the offensive line? They set the market with the running back. They pay the defensive end. Why do you think Jerry's paid everyone on the team but wants to toe the line with Dak?
Because Dak came in at a low rate. They wasn't expecting that out of Dak. They thought Tony Romo was going to still be at cornerback right now. They thought he was going to still be running the show. But what happened was when Dak got in, you couldn't deny it. So now they looking at themselves like, do we want to pay him or do we want to keep treating him like the little boy that we thought he was? He's a grown man. Pay him like a grown man before he shake, rattle, and roll. Because if he leaves y'all ain't going to the Super Bowl to 3,000 something.
Well, Romo's still making more guaranteed than Dak.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.